welcome to Glendale, Colorado, and Rugby Town, USA. Day 2 of the 2019 HSBC World Rugby Women's 7 Series. The battle to secure a spot in the 2020 Olympics underway near the Rockies.
Cherry's going through. Cherry's going to get it.
Captain Landry touches down.
She is a superstar.
Here comes 700 for Landry.
She pushes further clear at the top of the point standings.
Tui! She has to go all herself. Watch it try.
Off she goes. Tyler Nathan Wong over the 10. Tyler Nathan Wong touches down for New Zealand. And that's it. New Zealand champions in USA for 2017.
That was then, this is now. Take a look at the pools here for the HBC USA Women's Sevens, A, B, and C. And Australia, the sort of the strength of that A over in the C. Certainly Canada and France in the battle. And Pool B, well, it's New Zealand. Let's take a look at the highlights from day number 1.
Stay there.
Crossley,
okay.
outside it comes. Ben with Landry in tow on the cross, and Landry cutting back. Landry finding the opening and finding Julia Greenshields, and Greenshields, a nice step and a try for Canada.
Going backwards now before they go forward. A little bit of a hole, an offload as well. Azar look for the outside now. She gives it to a winger. Garanu was able to score on the first try for them in the opening stanza. Nice offload, and this will be Amadi. Well, that's exhausting stuff from the French team, but once again come up an Irish mistake. Everything's starting to roll now for the Canadians, looking very good in their setup, strong over the ball. Charity Williams, but they go around the corner. Williams is not needed because Brienne Nicholas, with a strong run, did some good work coming from the open side into the blinds and creating the numbers. Well done.
Back it goes the other way to Orta. Fanny Orta at halfway, and Fanny Orta has a flying Chloe Pell. And Pell, in turn, will give it off to Anne-Cécile Tiafani. And she waits a second, then touches it down under the post, and yet another try for France. Baxter right at the 22. And taking it on the blind side, cutting back. And a nice step. And another try by the captain, Lucy Mulhall.
Greenshields now. Greenshields evades a defender. That's a knock on from the French defense. Play on. They got numbers here, Canada, if they can shift it. Here's Ben. This is where she's so dangerous. The number 1, she throws off a tackle. There's Brittany Ben, and she's going to get the first score on this one. Now here's the moment for the captain, Ghislaine Landry. Easy as you please, and there it is. Ghislaine Landry stands atop of the Women's 7 Series mountain all alone, the first to 1,000 points and the highest point scorer in Women's 7's history. Congratulations, what a legend, and what a moment for her.
Mind. Set.
Haberlin. Lauren Doyle. The co-captains teaming up there. Tapper's got a side, and Tapper, can she hit gear? She's in third. Can she get the fourth? Puts off the fend to the corner and the score.
High.
The tap and go there. You can hear them breathing tough as Kildunn with a step, and Kildunn gonna put England in front.
Brazier sees the space, goes over the top to Baker. Now Baker on the outside. Some good footwork by Shakira Baker, and vision as well to get that ball out. Now Brazier, the left foot kick pass. Out to Fata Simpkins, takes the ball to this. Katrina Fata Simpkins. Now here's the 19-year-old Saeli with ball in hand, and she runs so smooth. And she's going to get her first dot down in this tournament. Alena Saeli.
Back at full strength is the U.S., and out pops the ball, and Kelter from the sin bin to the try line and beyond. Alev Kelter for the USA.
Into the midfield where Tui gives a nice pass to Woodman. First time Woodman's had ball in hand and a bit of space. Portia Woodman continues to take it to new levels. Good kick by Nathan Wong. Portia Woodman, outstanding in the air. New Zealand straight on the attack from the kick-off. Ruby Tui using the step, now engages, bounce it off. So strong as Ruby Tui. Still going down to the 5-metre line. No halfback there, so Brazier comes in late. Nathan Wong has to drop back, gives it out to Fitzpatrick, who's onto the field now. The late cut by Fitzpatrick, and she absolutely bamboozles him. Sold, thank you very much, I'll take two. Teresa Fitzpatrick. Woodman with a bit of deception, a good strong hit again, forcing her back. I think they're wee bigs today, this USA team. Now the break from Kelly Brazier, right up the middle of the park. After all that good work from the USA, left a hole in the middle, and Kelly Brazier exploits it.
Komitova back to Mikhaltseva. Spun outside, and a flyer, and too much speed away. Goes the 7 to the corner, Christina Saradina, and in for the try.
Now, ball taken forward. Got numbers, Australia. Nice dummy from Pelite. A bit of footwork as well. Sweeper to beat Pelite. Now she gives it to the speed. Good supporting line by Alia Green, and that's what you expect from Australia Rugby Sevens. You always knew the comeback was coming from them.
So that led us to the Cup quarterfinal draw, and you see New Zealand and Ireland getting together. The Irish hoping to do better than against New Zealand in the World Cup Sevens. Canada and Russia squaring off, also England and France, and Australia and the USA. A rematch of the World Cup Sevens bronze final taken by the Aussies. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Holding.
She takes it quickly again. Sarah Goss gives it out to Brazier. Brazier on the outside of her player. Not a good pass by Brazier. Applies a lot of pressure. Good defense coming forward from Ireland. Nearly get that ball, but they don't. Brazier picks it up. This one mistake. Could have gone either way, but in the end, Kelly Brazier, good skills.
Play on.
They've got numbers here in New Zealand. If they can shift the ball back to two in the midfield, just slowing the play down. Out to Baker now. Little hitch kick from Michaela Blythe. Exhausting stuff, but New Zealand just breaking this defensive Ireland down.
Step back.
Lucan with nice misdirection, almost gets free, finds Landry, and make it 10-15 on the all-time scoring list as Jesslyn Landry on a cross. And there is Williams, has a try already, looking for another, splits defenders, and Charity starts at home, but can Mikhaltseva get her before she gets there? No, it's a try for Canada.
Defence holding at the moment for England. Fleming jams it, but that is a money ball over the top from Chloe Powell.
Happy with the ground.
And what a finish.
No!
Good clean up there from France by Dunois, the try scorer. Shiofani, rangy player, gets that left arm free. And Carla Nissan will take it to the house just.
Let's go!
First possession for the U.S. Doyle to Kelter. Kelter stepping around. Kelter with a fend. 1 and 2 and 3. And nice takedown by Australia. Out it comes to Alana Marr. And Alana Marr is on her way to the first score of this showdown. Gustaitis on the cross with Emba. Chetta Emba. Does she got enough? She certainly does.
Okay.
Back it comes with a minute and 8 to go, and booted forward by Australia as Haverland to Marr. And guess what? This is turning into the Marr show. Away goes Ilona Marr, and this for a hat trick. So that would ratchet it down from the quarterfinals to the semifinals. You see New Zealand and Canada squared off, and France and the USA. That was the draw. Here are the highlights.
Well taken by Fitzpatrick down low. Ruby too, first time we've seen her with ball in hand. Stops and goes. Physical as ever is the number 1 for New Zealand. Oh, 50-50 ball, but Shakira Baker on Greenshields. Greenshields can't affect the tackle. Troyers Crossley with the miss for Canada, and Shakira Baker has scored a number of tries on the edge for New Zealand. Ball congested now. Nothing much on for Brittany Ben except for the chip, but it comes off. Bounces back to him. Brittany Ben will not be caught from there. She can go. Michaela Blythe will try and make the chase and make it difficult. Here comes Tyler Nathan Wong, but Brittany Ben will have the angle and get the first score, all important one in the second half. Goss holds it up for Williams back onto the field. Blythe, the speedster, on Charity Williams. Blythe, Williams, Blythe. One-on-one, Williams turns her in and out, but Williams comes back. What a matchup. And the pass given by Niall Williams to Sarah Goss. Good try in the end. Some great rugby sevens by both teams.
Heberlin ready to roll it in. Gets it out. Rifles it to Doyle. On the cross comes Kelter, and Alev Kelter. They're all giving chase to Kelter. From Alaska to here and down. Just about 7 meters out. France on control, and they'll go back outside again, and down it goes. And Jessie Tremolay. Back it comes to Doyle. Off to Tapper. Haberlin there. Looking outside and stepping through, and look at the move there by Alana Olsen. Coming all the way and inside and down. For the win and a spot in the final. Count it, baby. So let's take a look at the finals draws. And you see for 7th place, the showdown there. For 5th place, well, Ireland and Australia. In 7th, Russia and England. And on the other side of this draw, well, we've got the bronze match. And for the bronze, it'll be Canada and France. And on the final one, the host team, USA, and of course, mighty New Zealand. The teams lining up in the tunnel for this, the 7th place playoff game between Russia and England. And for Russia, on day 1, a win over Spain, Mexico, and a loss to Australia. And then on day 2, the Cup quarterfinal loss to Canada, and then a loss to Ireland in the 5th place semifinal. And you see who Andre Kuzin is sending out, including the very talented captain Elena Mikhaltseva. On the English side, Abby Brown, captain in that one for James Bailey. The English winners over the U.S. to start things out in this tournament, then a loss to New Zealand and a win over China, and then falling to France in the Cup quarterfinals, and a loss to Australia in the 5th place semifinal. There is Abby Brown on the right, and on the left, Elena Mikhaltseva. With 24 tries on the series last season, and on to the pitch they come for this, the 7th place final of the HSBC USA Women's Sevens. In Glendale, Bill Seward, happy to be here alongside former Australia Sevens star Tiana Penatani. And we're finally getting the sun to move into the correct spot for us so we can see a little better. And we got a pretty good showdown here between teams that really were just a step or two away from being substantially higher placing, and namely Russia. They looked great early on, and of course, starting this tournament, England knocked off the USA.
Yeah, that's right. Two very strong teams, and although they're out of cup contention, we spoke about it time and time again throughout the weekend, but they've got Olympic qualifications in the back of their minds. So the highest they can place, the better, playing off a 7th and 8th place. And here I feel as though England, they've got a height advantage against Russia. So kicking off the restart here, they should be kicking to Emily Scarrett. They've got that height.
Ready, red. White.
And of course, Tiana reminding us as we're ready to get underway, the top 4 finishers on the table in the series this season qualify for the 2020 Olympic Games. In the air. Doesn't necessarily go 10, but Russia came up to greet it pretty close to the line there. And Komitova works it to Baranchuk, right side to Lushina.
Sorry.
Outside it goes. And Saradina has had a tremendous tournament with 5 tries on the first day. I believe adding another one here today, and she has the ball right now. English defense keeping a pretty good shape and taking down the Russian captain, Mikaltseva. Back it comes to Baizat Kamidova. Fakes a handoff, has a fend, gets taken on the right side. Down to turf she goes. This Russian squad, 8th in the World Cup Sevens as they defeated South Africa, lost to the USA and Ireland, also Canada for that 7th place spot. A 10-22 loss and a find right here for some yardage by the captain. We'll see if she can get some support. Does, pops it back to Kukina. And now they work it outside. Saradina and Kamidova, and Saradina says, I don't really think I need you in tow. I'm going to go start the scoring for Russia.
Some lovely play there first off from Russia, and it's Saradina and Mikaltseva that always seem to find themselves in the mix prior to scoring a try. It was the break from Mikaltseva. We know how evasive she can be. 30-meter break through the middle of the field, and Saradina just staying alive in there for support with the pop as she crosses the line for the first time in this match.
And the conversion on through. And you take a look at the tries, and Saradina right in there with some lofty performers. Portia Woodman and also Ilona Marr and Michaela Blythe, just one back of them.
Russia had a 15-0 lead in Australia. They lost 21-15 that match. Earlier today, victory lost to Canada.
So Russia to the lead early. We'll see. That sun got to be a tough one if you're trying to look a ball down from the sky faced in that direction. And for England, Emma Aaron wearing the 7. Back it comes to Helena Rowland. Abby Brown spins it outside to Fleming, and Deborah Fleming. Claire Allen to Rowland. Finds Atchison, and the quick toss and the quick run by Ellie Kildunn, who has been impressive in her Glendale debut.
That's some nice rugby there from England. Ellie Kildunn on debut this weekend. She's been outstanding for England today, but we saw them swing it edge to edge, stay patient, really tiring out this Russian defense. And a beautiful hard line there from Kildunn. Sees her go straight through the gap. Miscommunication there in defense, whether it's because they're tired or just some poor decision making, but great opportunity taken with both hands there for Ellie Kildunn.
And the conversion on through, and we have an even game at 7. Tries by Saradina and by Kildunn for England. The English, by the way, at that World Cup Sevens, a 9th place finish, so just behind Russia after a loss to Ireland, wins over Mexico, China, and finally Japan in the Challenge Trophy final in San Francisco in July for that 9th place finish.
Release.
Deborah Fleming taking a look from outside. Also Abby Brown in there for England, and the recycle completed by the Russians. Lushina. Almost very flat. Not forward, but very close.
Roll out.
Not rolling away. And so Russia with a free kick in the shade. Into touch it goes. And the line out to Russia.
England really putting the pressure on defensively, having a go at those rucks. forcing Russia to attack seal and get low body height.
Kamidova on the take for the line out, and quickly across to the other side of the field. The Russians, a savage bend and a big swing there back the other way as Kukina and Marina Kukina leads it for the captain, and Mikhaltseva getting closer. Kukina right behind her, and Mikhaltseva will put it down and be awarded a try.
The work rate there from Emma Uren in defence from England was phenomenal, but she didn't have the support from her teammates to get back and defend that line. You can see a borderline high tackle there, but it was sheer determination and power from Maria Kukina. She looks for support. The support came in the form of her captain. Clever little play there from Mikhaltseva to place the ball, get to her feet, release the ball, pick it up and go again. Too much power in the legs from Mikhaltseva.
Conversion attempt goes awry. And England and Captain Abby Brown find themselves 5 points back of Russia with 16 seconds to go in the first half, looking into a extremely bright sun and awaiting the restart. Daria Lushina sends it their way, and nobody wants to pick that one up as the hooter sounds. You heard the referee to Vida Rokovarini. The backwards call.
Knock-on advantage.
Knock-on advantage, and
Lost it forward.
I believe that will be the end of the first half. So it is Russia with tries by Mikhaltseva and Seredina. One try on the English side by Kildunn, and the Russians leading the English 12-7 at the intermission of this, the HSBC USA Women's Sevens in Glendale, Colorado. And the team's huddling up out on the pitch, and we head toward Andrei Kuzin, the 39-year-old coach of the Russians, and listen in to his gathering.
В защите хорошо сгоняете, у вас есть преимущество в количестве людей. Девочки, партийные в конце просто не бегите. Вы даете им возможность разыграть край и возможность разогнать. Чем вы передние вот это? Почему так произошло? Вот она прям меня натягивала. Крис, потом. Да, потом разберемся. Сюда смотри. Хорошо, там она очень хорошо. Давайте, девочки, молодцы, без эмоций. По атаке все здорово. Рак, построение по ширине один в одного между идете, да, либо на переднем. Хорошо? Если пространство есть возле схватки, мощный удар и быстро мячи. Давай! Молодцы, девочки, 3-4. Россия!
This, of course, the 7th place final, coming up the 5th place showdown between Australia and Ireland. That's a little under 13 minutes. Then the bronze medal match, Canada and France to get after it. And of course, about an hour away from just under, actually, as they click down, it'll be New Zealand and the USA. Lushina sends it skyward, and the English a lot happier to be on this side of the pitch, accepting that kick. Only problem is they have a mirrored building on the other side of this structure, and kind of tough to see that one as the English player being tended to.
Time's off.
And another look, if you're, hello there. I got it, you take it. You ever made one of those calls?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. And Claire Allen, and let me tell you, Claire Allen is plenty tough. 36 caps on the 15 side, 15 tries, 6 years in the Metro Police Department. Used to work on the riot bus. Yeah, when they send you out for that duty, I mean, it's one thing, you know, telling a couple people, hey, yeah, we'll call the fire department to get the cat out of the tree. But when you're on the riot bus, you're playing for keeps. Into touch it goes, and the line out to England. You see the tackles and the missed tackles at that, and England, well, leading in a category it does not wish to be at 7-1, and they find themselves 5 points back of Russia. Up high, Abby Brown for the take. Bouncing around, and some pretty quick hands there, and then Ellie Kildunn, one of the try scorers in this contest.
That's gone forward.
Referee Rocco Verini with the call.
That's really where the outside players in attack there for England need to communicate to the players that are about to receive the ball. Even look for that cutout ball to the winger. But just throwing some passes and putting their players under pressure. They know that Russia have been playing a narrow, condensed defence.
Bind. Sit.
Holding it for a second was Lucina, trying to get Saradina at the full pace. Kukina fending back and forth and running into Emma Uren.
Advantage. Can you get me the number?
A little cagey, but guess what?
Offside,
not
white.
cagey
Can you
enough.
get me the number?
Offside.
Number 6, white, offside.
And you hear the ref saying number 6, white, offside. So Deborah Fleming, the offender. And Russia with that 5-point lead and a 4:19 on the clock. Going to try to run toward the sun. Outside.
Backwards.
Usually see the captain running through the middle, but Mikhaltseva picking up some decent yardage on the outside. Kamidova, if she can break through, going to be tough. The offload, up in the air it goes, and Baranchuk able to reel it in. It bounces around, and Lucina.
All right, release now.
Nice job defensively by England's Abby Brown. Kamidova, just about 10 meters out.
Holding.
Got to present that ball, got to let go of it, and you hear the referee, and so England with a chance to stop the progress of the Russians and bring it back the other way with 3:19 to go. That may not have been your best kick in terms of gaining some
10 white
real estate.
And 8 white off.
You'll still maintain possession, but you only picked up a few yards.
They've got some fresh legs now with Jess Breach out on that left edge. Some attacking opportunity here for England off the back of good hustle around the ruck area. Forcing Russia to get that long ball placement out, but they couldn't, so they got trapped at the ruck.
I know what that look was, Tiana. I know it was, hey, Seward, have you ever tried to do that? It's not as easy as it looks.
Definitely isn't.
It is not. And I will say so. Jess Breach. Jess Breach, who
away now.
Had that big tournament at Sydney in her debut, made the dream team. A couple of tries against the USA. Errant pass. Deborah Fleming with it. Over there with teammate Abby Brown, and now they're going to need to put a few more resources into getting it out of there, and that's not really a good one as Uren gets hit on the offside, and never a great way to be tagged. And a chance for Russia.
Roll.
Not rolling away.
Roll black. Roll out, please.
England are not really looking up and identifying where the space is. They're on the back foot in attack because of this narrow rush defense from Russia. If they can see that there are bodies all in front of them as they look left to right, they need to kick it downtown, put a big chase on, and pin Russia down in their half of the field.
Bit quick on your throw.
Now we're going to see if they listen to you or not.
He's coming in real close.
because they are firing up on defense. I mean, they are flying forward, and you would think if they can pop it over the top, but they're not going to have possession right here. Not at all, as Kukina comes up with it. Mikaltseva's way on the outside, and Breach takes a bad angle on that one. And Mikaltseva into the corner and the put down for the try.
She's too quick, Elena Mikaltseva, and it was Jess Breach, a one-on-one there. Mikaltseva knew she had her as Jess Breach. She shot up out of the line, didn't really have square hips, and went for a high tackle. You know that Mikaltseva every single day of the week is going to pull out that fend, tuck it under the arm on the edge, and fend her off. And Jess Breach, she really needed to lock on, get some shoulder-on contact, and use the sideline as the 8th defender.
So with 39 seconds to go and a 10-point lead, and you can see some rather impressive arms on Mikaltseva, so that fend is not really a surprise. It's like a hydraulic lever when it comes at you.
Let's go.
So down to the final 10 seconds of time. And Breach taken down.
Advantage offside.
Atchison works it the other way, and
Offside.
an offside call. You heard the hooter. The final play. Tossed back it goes, and Mo Hunt who's into the game. Mo Hunt. Mo. How do you like it? How do you like it? Mo Hunt for the try.
Nice little finish there from Natasha Hunt. Coming off the bench, injecting a little bit of energy in the game. You could hear her chatting to Holly Atchison as she broke through and then got the offload away. And Natasha Hunt, plenty of gas in the tank to break away from Russia.
And that's the final. It's close, but it is the Russian squad with a 17-14 victory over England to take 7th place in this HSBC USA Women's Sevens in Glendale, Colorado, Rugby Town, USA. And you see England with the missed tackles. That's going to be one of the ones that really comes back to get them. And you see the penalties and nice offloads for Russia. And if you're keeping an eye on the player tracker, Elena Mikaltseva, she vaulted into the lead. Look at that, 10 tackles, 9 breaks, 7 offloads, and 31 carries. A big one here in this contest, and leading Russia to a 17-14 victory over England.
Sykes strides away. Sidesteps left and right and then fends off.
Hold it up for Sykes. Take it away,
Emma Sykes, she's touched the ball and just about every play Australia has had.
The skill, the decision-making, the ability, brilliant from her.
The show, the go, the inside line, what a try. Sykes coming up with some magic.
Now the 5th place playoff between Ireland and Australia. Australia upset in their last game, but fighting back for some integral points. Baxter Fitzhenry, Witherbard, Murphy, Crow, Dort, Mulholt, and Higgins will start for Ireland. In co-commentary with me, former USA superstar Fraser Knight. Fraser, for Australia, who really stands out for you?
And I think the toy has put in a huge work rate all weekend long. She'll make a difference.
Charlotte Caslick, as always, being the aggressive playmaker, has not disappointed us at all this weekend. And then Emma Sykes, huge score, as we just saw. She's a magician. So let's look for some magic out of her this match.
Still a lot on this matchup. Australia will be disappointed coming into this tournament, the #1 seed, playing off for fifth spot. Mulhall on the right for Ireland. Shannon Parry on the left with the headgear, leading the two teams out. This Ireland's coming out very determined run as well. Australia will want to bounce back and bounce back hard.
Yeah, Ireland's hungry to continue to climb up the charts here. They're coming in with tons of confidence, pretty pleased with their performance, I'm sure all weekend long. And as you stated, Australia probably a bit disappointed, but they had to contend with a very strong U.S. squad. I think they'll be looking to change some things this match.
Yeah, the USA team, very physical, made the final as well, and Julie. So, in charge of this one, Sarah Cox from England. Heavy on the experience in terms of refereeing standards here. Sarah Cox got to blow the whistle and get this started. Ireland's going to get us underway through their captain, Lucy Mulhall. It's been a real feature of the play over the course of this weekend. Up nice and high. Shadows that are starting to creep across here, Infinity Park. Taken down well. High. First penalty. High is the call. Taken quickly. Ball in two hands. Bit of footwork as well from Pelite. Pelite strong. Two defenders coming across for Ireland, but they're having to backtrack. Good front football, good delivery as well from Sykes. Into the midfield, good late cut. Shannon Parry takes it in heavily. Sets it up, half back there now. Sykes takes it forward, just willing the defenders to come across, but Ireland's staunch at the moment. How much longer can they hold out? Is this relentless start to this game? Caslick now, this is where she lives, the playmaker. Fends off the defender, creates a 2-1, easy pass from Charlotte Caslick. Brilliant period of play for Australia, and they get the 5 points.
She makes it look so easy, but Pelite brought them down into this really dangerous territory for Ireland. Caslick just slicing through the defense. We knew she was going to be aggressive coming into this match. She's done it all weekend long and sets up that easy 2-on-1. Simple textbook rugby.
Side to side to side. See the shake of the head from the Irish defence. Just weighted possession, told in the end. A good kick too from Emma Sykes. The conversion of Demi Hayes' try. And Australia will take the lead, 7 points to 0. Sun definitely going to be a factor on this kickoff. Fitzhenry just got it. Hand up, shielding her eyes into this near side. Eve Higgins as well. It's the way Sykes is going to go. On the chase for Australia is Pelite. Batters it back beautifully as well. Handled on the bounce from Meeks. Meeks gives it out to Sykes. Sykes with the step. And Sykes with the slash. Back-to-back tries for Australia.
Ireland needs to wake up. They've got to come alive if they're going to stay in this match. You cannot allow a player to run across the field and then fall victim to a stutter step. You just got to come up, attack defensively, and put players on the ground. We knew Australia was coming into this match fired up.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been happy with their last effort. Making up for that now. Once again, the importance of retaining kickoffs is so integral.
It's absolutely like one of the bigger portions of the games at this point. And these ladies have contested all weekend long. It's been very impressive.
It's been an impressive looking park too, Infinity. Purpose-made rugby field here in the USA. They call it Rugby Town for a reason. People have come out in numbers to support, most I've ever had here. The Rugby Sevens tournament, men's or women's. Great to see, but Ireland showing a bit of ticker there. Good commitment on the deck. Now they go straight on to attack. Good on the outside break, and good on the pass as well, but a good tackle on the far side. Over the ball is Sykes, but she can't get it. taken high by Nickervard. Out to Higgins. Higgins with a step on. Parry. Kaslik with the cleanup. Parry challenging at the breakdown. So Ireland have sent 4 numbers there. Caught on the release by Mulhall. Taking it forward. There's Doyle. Aoife Doyle throws off the defender. Ball in 2 hands. And here's the strike break from Ireland.
And there you go. Exact same side of the field that Australia did a 2-on-1 on Ireland. Ireland has now returned the favor. That was just a beautiful, deceptive, and strong run by Ireland. Doyle. And she just read the body language of Emma Sykes. Back was turned to her. She knew she had it.
Now just tell me the importance of holding the ball in 2 hands. I know just to throw off that defender, as you said, but a basic skill performed brilliantly.
Yeah, it's a triple threat. You can kick it, you can pass it, or you can do what I mean, Sykes just did. I stand corrected, not Sykes. Doyle just did so well. But it's a dangerous thing. It's just a dangerous thing.
That's what I've loved about this Irish team. The fight back that they have has been impressive this weekend. Doesn't always come off for them. They show when they do put it together, they can foot it with the best. Australia definitely one of them, and now back-to-back possessions.
Yeah, but I see that Australia's brought in their fierce missile in the back line, Ilya Green, give a little bit of injection on attack and defense. She's quite a defender herself.
Yeah, she's a versatile player too. Sometimes they use her on the forwards. Now they're going to put her in the backs on the wing, which is a natural position, just to aim up on number 5, Murphy Crowe, the Irish speedster. Eve Higgins waits. She receives the ball now. Takes it into the first setup. Kaslik, good on the tackle. So is Pelite. Calling for numbers to the left-hand side of Australia, but they've loaded the right side. 1-on-1. There's the impact of Green that Phaedra Knight was talking about. Strong over the ball. Contesting, and then she knocks it back with her hand. Illegal.
Clear release first.
Yeah, she got caught with her hands in the cookie jar that time.
There's a wry smile too, she does.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a cookie though, Phaedra? Let's be fair. Yeah, she goes through and rucks it back with her foot. That's okay. Can't use your hand like that. This is where Ireland like to be. Slow pace.
Yeah, just on the line for me.
Going for the line-out set piece. Good kick too from Mulhall.
Great field position.
What do you think about a line-out drive here? I don't see it very often in sevens.
You don't, and now that you mention it, probably be a superb idea. Wonder if Ireland's thinking the same thing.
Well, Mulhall's the one who's going to throw the ball in. Good jump. Releases wide. Mulhall gets it off the back. Skip pass. Numbers here for Ireland if they can exploit it. It's Doyle again. She gives it this time, but Green, great tackle. Great power and speed on the angle, and the turnover for Australia. Surely, no. Unlucky. Awareness from Mulhall, the captain, but defence is there from Australia. I think that's Higgins, sorry. Green again. Good on the tackle. Horn goes for half-time. Australia desperate. Is the scramble good? Fitzhenry takes the ball forward. She's isolated here, the Irish player, but she's strong, and she'll go through Nickervard. What a trials, a 3-on-1, but determination by Nickervard gets it done.
That's confidence at its best. I thought they were done for with Ilya Green making tackles and tearing up turf on the left side of the field, but great heads-up play by Baird. She looked right, saw all of the real estate, and thought, hey, I can win this foot brace. It's only 5 meters or about.
Conversion is good. What a finish to the first 7 minutes of this 5th place playoff. Tap on the back for Nickervard. She gets Ireland's second try. Australia still lead it though, 14 points to 12.
line open, you get the rewards for it. Continue the speed of our recycle, continue just to flatten up, continue to go at them, okay? Don't stand back, you've got to win that advantage line on them the whole time, all right? Chase that in, play away from there. There's opportunities still to play around the ruck against them as well. What we do have to sort out is defence, okay? We've got to make our tackles, but also we've got to have good nominations. Don't give them any respect if they're on our try line. We've got to get off the line there. And even if you've got to jam in on that, we've got to stop that straight away, okay? We're giving them too much time to play with the ball. On our kick-offs, Eve, or their kick-offs, just try and get in front of where the ball is. So at least if you're not catching it, it's bouncing, you're just catching it from behind us. We're blocking that park on that catcher, okay? Then you can pick up the dirty ball after that, okay? Let's go, girls.
We're going to take space, okay? One call jam. Once you hear jam, everyone is going after ball and the next two players beside her, okay? Yeah. Let's go for this. It's not going to fucking kill us. Bit of hard work, we got this. 1, 2, 3, team!
Oh, you just heard it, Carl. Ireland really having an inspirational talk at halftime, encouraging their ladies that everyone needs to go after the ball. It's an all 7 in.
I'll wait for the cameraman to go.
Coach Anthony Eddy too, also talking to Eve Higgins, the number 10 on Australia's kickoff. Go through and try and get their tap back. It's an issue they had in the first 7 minutes. Let's see if she's able to do that now. Sykes with another good kick. She's been on point with those over the course of this weekend. Good tap back. On to get first possession in the second half. Miss pass is inch perfect. Sykes though up good in defence. Kessler can't get the turnover. Mulhall loves to snipe in and around that contact area. Nothing doing on this occasion. Murphy Crowe releases. Return ball given. Nice footwork as well, shown by Nikovard. Nikovard really standing up over the course of this weekend. 4 in the ruck for Ireland. Mulhall out by herself. She realises that too, so she comes back into where her support players are. Slowly building at the moment. Nikovard again. Probes it, goes through. Not going to make it through the speed, is she? On the chase is Kaslik, but a good pass over the top to Amy Lee Murphy Crowe, one of the best support players in the game. Gets Ireland's 3rd try.
Well, that was quite impressive. Mulhall, being a footwork genius herself, setting that ball in the middle of the field to set up this really amazing try by Ireland. Just great recognition and, like you said, great support. Baird with doing all the work, but recognizes that she can't finish it and offloads to Murphy Crowe for her first 5 this match.
The all-important score before and after the half has been Ireland's. They'll take the lead in this one. Deservedly so too so far. 19 points to 14.
Let's watch out for Ireland to really contest this restart. Higgins has been a huge force coming into today. She was leading the pack on basically recovering restarts.
Okay. Time back on.
The toy is on for Australia. So is Demi Hayes. Pelite goes up and through, and just a little knock on. That's exactly what the coach was asking for. Unfortunately, couldn't bounce up for Ashley Baxter.
Yeah, you can't fault a player, get mad at him for effort like that. Going forward.
That's the thing. It's the effort places come out. Ireland putting it in.
Yeah. Certainly a momentum swing in their favor right now.
Thing is with this Australian team, though, they have some supreme skills. You can never count them out, especially when someone like Charlie Kaslik.
Balls come out.
Strength on the scrum, though. Ireland pushing through and get the rewards too.
Okay, look, it's an unplayable. It's all gone down.
Unplayable,
on top of
unfortunate.
Your scrum, okay? You're in possession less.
All the hand slaps are getting harder from the Irish. They can smell it.
I'm loving it. I'm loving this disruption.
You don't see a tie head very often. Unlucky there for Ireland. Power was all there. I don't think the Australians are really expecting that.
Bind.
That's all they will this time. They'll dig the screws in. There they go.
Okay, you need to stay strong for me. Don't step backwards, okay? Don't step backwards. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Again, pressure by Ireland. Elwan goes through. Nearly timed it beautifully. Well, Stacey Flood.
That may have been that questionable. Was that a yellow card? She knocked it forward.
Yeah.
We talk about wrist and reward. Here we go.
Yeah.
Number 3, hang on. No, we've got time off. We're just making stubs. 3.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
I think she got away with possibly a yellow card, but nevertheless, reset to Australia.
Crouch.
A bit fortuitous, maybe. That Irish team and Stacey Flood in particular. Again, another good shove from Ireland, and this time they get the tight head. Knock on. Unfortunately, though, good recovery from Australia. Pelite in the midfield. Goes across, fends off. Goes again. Defence, good from Ireland, but too high. Taken quickly. Kaslik, nice left to right pass. Shani Williams. Counter up comes, but solid are Australia. At the base, Kaslik surveying. Dummies right, goes left. Nice pass on the outside. Covering in numbers are Ireland, though. Been a real feature of their play. Taken by Williams. Decides to keep. Now, numbers here if they can get it. Yasmin Meeks on the outside. Over chasing the defense, the knock on.
Oh, and all that work and effort. Hard, determined running. And that was a decent offload by Kaslik. But you just could not connect. Could not bring it in. You know, coach has always told me, if it hits your hands, it's your ball.
Time off.
What really stands out for me, this is a term we used to use all the time when I was playing. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight and the dog, and that's what I'm seeing from this Irish team right now.
You said it well.
The handling here is starting to mount up.
Yeah, no problem.
Ireland have more than Australia, but that last one there, that might have been a killer for the Aussies.
Well, again, Australia is subbed in. They're super rocket. She's saved him a couple of times on defensive tackles, Elliot Green. And we know she has the gas to go 100 meters, so watch out.
Here's the free kick now. Taken for Ireland, Stacey Flood. He's had an impact since he's come off the bench into this game. Really added some spark. Picked from the base by Fitzhenry. Ashley Baxter, first receiver taking it up. They've really stuck to this game plan with the first or second receiver to take it close with the hit up. And they'll bounce back the blind like they've done this time. Kaslik good down below. McGregor over the top. Still, they can't get any ball. That's forward. Now they need an opportunity. Here we go, Australia.
Let's come forward.
Yeah, it's good patient defense. They just waited. They came up together. No panic. They know this game. They've come back. They came back yesterday against Russia. They know how to win. They know how to execute the basics.
Good tackle by Shani Williams to co-captain them to force that turnover and give her team an opportunity. Just over a minute to get it done and just get the feeling with this Australian team. They've been in this situation so many times and broken so many teams' hearts by scoring at this time of the play.
Set.
Can they do it one more time to Ireland? This is where they really struggled, Australia, at scrum time.
Just come out.
Man, Ireland is ferocious in these scrums.
That's an area you really loved.
I like it.
Hall of Famer, Phaedra Knight, in co-commentary here. Loving the action.
Crouch.
These two teams putting on a show right now, realising the importance of points, qualification for the Olympics over the course of the series. Stop number one, Glendale, USA. Australia with the loop around. It's McGregor. She sets it up. Two bridges there. They need a halfback. Australia finally get it through Kaslik. Williams with the short line. Takes out three defenders. Now there's space for Kaslik. Kaslik gives it to Green. And from here, it is over. Elliot Green is money. And it's going to come down to the kick.
It's lights out. When Green gets it in a one-on-one foot race with virtually anyone, you can forget about it. And I love her emphatic dive when she goes in to score.
Oh, she's a lady for the moment, Elliot Green. This is her job to finish off tries. She's been playing prop.
Look at that. She just dives in.
She knows how to finish. She knows the camera's there. Ball, I think time has done just an injury at the base. I think it's Lucy Mull with some concern showing by the try scorer, Elliot Green. All these teams, they were so close. They stay in the same hotels. They travel around over 6 stops on the world.
That's rugby, right? We can hit each other as hard as we want on the pitch, but we're the closest friends off of it. So it's all, you always have that compassion and empathy, something that differentiates our sport from everyone else's.
Now this is for the win. Samantha Traherne is the one to step up for Australia. Easy as you please. The fight back is complete. Australia take 5th right here in Glendale in USA. It was a hard-fought one for them, but in the end, their class was too good. Ireland were brave in their effort, beaten at the last. Mulhall, the captain, gave everything for her country. But in the end, Elliot Green had the last say for Australia, who won 21 points to 19.
It is Canada and France. They are getting together for the bronze medal in this one. John Tate sending out his 7, and you see that includes the captain, Jeslyn Landry. Over on the French side, David Cortex, and his captain, Montserrat Amadi, with the 5 for the French, who have gone with essentially the white jersey for the most part. Of course, the tri-colors of the red, blue, and white. And for Canada, there is Jeslyn Landry. A weekend she has had, and many in her career, and it has amassed to over the 1,000-point mark. And she is looking for even more in this, the bronze medal match. And one that has pulled on in the past and maybe in the future, that maple leaf for Canada alongside me, Andrea Burke. And for Canada, you know, just a couple little things and maybe they're in the final, but they are in for that battle for 3rd place and the bronze.
Well, we talk about Jeslyn Landry wearing the number 9 on her back today. Keep an eye on her. Captain Canada was once told she was too small to play rugby, and here she is, being the all-time leading scorer with well over 1,000 tries. For her, it's about a bronze medal today. It's about pride. It's about claiming where Canada knows they can be on the World Series.
But that was me telling her that, and I've made a number of mistakes during the course of this career, so good she moved on, didn't take my advice. The opening kick goes wide, and guess what? Canada gets a chance to crank up the big red machine right at halfway. Bianca Farella. And Montserrat getting a pretty good grip on the Canadian ball carrier there, and Brittany Benn clears it out to Charity Williams. Molesky to Landry. Over in the shade now. Charity Williams. Oh, on the turf, and it went backward is the call. That by Joy Neville. And whatever Joy says, that's what goes. Williams recycling it for Canada. Greenshields with an opening day try against Fiji. 7 tackles on opening day to lead the Canadians. Ben. Leaving it for Crossley, and Crossley runs into a buzzsaw for Canada. Carla Nissen. Bianca Farella might find a spot, and she does! And Farella right down the middle, and the opening try in the bronze medal match.
Bianca Farella has been world class this weekend with 4 tries in Glendale to kick off the 2019 HSBC season. There she goes, just puts her ears back, forces 2 defenders on her, and just swings them open like a revolving door.
And after a Farella try, that means Landry with a chance to add a couple of more to that impressive figure. And Gislen Landry, you see the all-time try scores, and Farella in there behind Landry. 8 back, of course, Portia Woodman ahead of the rest of the crew. Points-wise, Landry is feeling pretty good atop the heap for her points. Came in here shy of the 1,000-point mark, and right now, certainly well clear to the plus is Gislen Landry. The restart. Ciafani said, I was going to dummy to somebody, and then Crossley's going to need to get on a horse and get after her, as Ciafani, being taken down just outside the 5, pops it out to Izar. Izar loses it. Ciafani comes back. Roaring through there is Molesky onto the ground, and Canada coming up. Here's Brittany Ben. The knock-on and the advantage here for Neville. Charity Williams takes a hit, but keeps on moving, or trying to at least. And a little look on the side to Landry. Montserrat out there trying to corral Molesky, and able to do so. Defense reorganizes. Farella. There was a fracture prior when they were a little closer on the other side, and she was able to turn that into a try, and now there's a turnover, and it is France's ball. Montserrat going to work that side with Neeson and Ciafani inside the 22. The pop to Montserrat. Moving a bit slowly and flinging it back. Got a 50-50 ball taken by France. Izar. 1-step, 2-step, fend. Looking for somebody to give it to. And there are some tired players there. You can hear the breathing going on, and getting into the mix is the 3, Chloe Pell, as Landry with the knock-on, and we'll see if that warrants a card, and it does. The risk-reward, as Joy Neville says, you're going to go to the bench for a while. 0 tolerance on that, and the captain for Canada going to have a seat for 2 minutes.
So you can see Gislen Landry's left hand on that tackle right in the passing lane. The hands really need to get tight to the ball carrier so those knock-ons are prevented.
A miscue by France, but Montserrat trying to clear it up, giving the boot to the right side, and heading to the corner is Izar, and to touch, it reaches before she can get there. So the line out to Canada. 7-0 Canada, 7-0 I should say, Canada on Bianca Farella's try, and the conversion by Landry, who sits in the bin right now.
Time off substitution. Right 2 and right 3. Right 3.
Checking into the contest for Canada, Brianne Nicholas wearing the 4 and the 7, Sarah Caljuvi, the kinetics major, and she knows in kinetics.
Stay there, fine.
Something goes boom, and she delivers the boom sometimes in those rucks. And trying to go a little further this time is Julia Greenshield. Caljuvi, and Farella's on another run, and they are not going to catch Bianca Farella. Farella looking right, left, checking it once again, waving to the crossing guard, and across the street, and putting it down.
Bianca Farella does it again, getting the big hug from the fresh legs, Sarah Caljuvi coming onto the field. Watch this wraparound play. Caljuvi's right there, and Bianca's coming back in on the inside, right up the backside of the French defenders. Can't even see her coming, and if Bianca Farella is able to turn 2 defenders into a turnstile, well, you can see what she can do when no defenders are there to attack.
And again, the conversion is on through. There is Varela, and the numbers keep climbing. Now at 113, 15 back of Emily Cherry, all of them chasing Portia Woodman. And a 14-0 lead for Canada.
A short-handed try is something that is just exactly what Canada is needing. Not only are they bleeding out the time of the yellow card,
And a substitution for red, please.
but they're also putting the nail in the coffin with their short-handed tries.
You have 8 seconds for this kickoff, okay?
So Landry is back from her stint. And sends it skyward and a bit long. So re-rack the attack at halfway for France. They're getting that reflection light off the building coming at them as France. Montserrat to Chloe Pell, the hooter to end the first half.
Ball is out.
Final play. Giafani going to try the blind side. Not going to pick up a whole lot there. So swing it wide, and they do. And Fanny Orta. And a nice takedown by Greenfield. Oh man, Greenfield, that is a textbook take and rake and away.
Release.
Charity Williams presents. Caljuvi. To Brianne Nicholas, and intercepted by France. And back it comes.
Release, Reg! No!
That was Caroline Druon
This person
with
here
the pick, and
is throwing down the ball. This person here.
oh, a little cynical play, Joy Neville's mentioning. And once again, the last play of the first half, and Chloe Pell trying to extend it a little longer with Amadi. In turn, gives to 10, Druon. So the turnover to France, and tap by Landry, and to touch she goes, and that'll end your first half. Wise move, maybe deep in territory, just get it out there, get a little rest, maybe talk with Coach John, see what they want to do in the second half.
And especially to kick it out at that time, Canada was starting to lose their cool, getting a little bit frantic under the pressure of the French attack. And through the referee's microphone, you can hear the players talking to each other, the huffing of the breath. Here that is a quintessential team breath from Canada on the screen right now to recollect under the franticness.
Into the huddle for the French and Coach David Cortex.
On s'exige entre nous, alors qu'il n'y a plus qu'à se faire des passes et envoyer au bout, putain.
On les a bien serrés, je sais pas pourquoi. On a tout de la tête dans le sol. Là.
Eh ben, à un moment donné, il faut qu'il y en ait une qui ait le déclic de dire on décale la passe. On décale.
Un poil plus de profondeur. Ouais. Mais il faut prendre les ballons lancés. Là, on est complètement arrêté. C'est facile, c'est du cardiaque pour elle.
Et les
On
ballons.
ne cesse pas à voir, là, que 14-0, hein, on y retourne.
Les filles, pression bord des rocks, le ballon part du sol. On arrête de lever le ballon et après de chercher. On fait partir le ballon du sol avec une fille.
On est en fixe tout le temps, il faut bouger, c'est partir lancer. Un peu plus loin,
si c'est pas la première, au moins la deuxième. Elles sont mortes, les filles, elles sont mortes.
Chez vous des bords de règles.
Juste un truc en défense. Restons lucides. Il y a des fois, on va batailler à 3. Restons lucides. Car là, une mâchoire de 3, la quatrième, elle est pour toi. C'est pas de faire venir les gens, vas-y. D'accord? Il faut avancer en zone de cadrage et il faut choisir les runs pour aller prendre le ballon. Et ensuite, vous avez bien vu, tout le monde est pris, c'est les coups de poignard. Il faut finir les coups de poignard. Il faut se coller au cul d'Ansé, il faut finir ces coups-là, d'accord? Effectivement, un peu plus de profondeur pour aller enclencher plus loin. Là, on vient taper là où elles sont. Ici, ok?
Allez.
Interesting strategy in the huddle for France as Cortex lets the players get after it a little bit, get out some conversation, and then come in and sort of reassess and tell everybody where they are?
Well, really, it is the players on the field that are going through the experience on the field. And what I love about France is that they use Penny Horta. She's been the captain for so long. And even though she's not wearing the armband in this tournament, she is still leading with such class.
So Bianca Farella with a couple of tries that were converted, and a 14-0 lead for Canada. And the second half kick is not going to go the distance, and a fortuitous start for France as Amadi. Drouin. Caroline Drouin picking up a few meters. Horta to Chloe Pell. Rifled outside, and Shannon Izar going to go to the corner, and Shannon Izar trying to leave it for somebody. It gets kicked toward goal and controlled
22,
by
that was
Canada.
brought in by France.
Yep.
22, kicked in goal by France.
You hear Joy Neville, a 22 drop, and
Just a knock on, just a knock on.
a knock-on called,
First,
and the
second, first.
maybe didn't quite get it out of the holster to kick it.
Time off, injury, and a substitute. Okay, time off this injury, girls, okay?
When they come back on this one, it will be Canada with the...
You okay?
I believe with the scrum, that was the way she was pointing when we left things off.
Here's your mark.
Pauline Biscarat wearing the 4.
Thank you.
The
Time on, please. Stability.
diminutive dagger.
Crouch.
Because you kind of forget about her. I've
Fine.
watched over the years. Some of the teams go,
Set.
okay, yeah. And then all of a sudden, she comes up huge. Charity Williams on another run in. She has some freedom, and Charity Williams, wow. Talk about picking up the pace. A burner for try number 3 for Canada.
Such strong legs. That is the 4th try for Charity Williams, and there she is going up the blind side of the scrum. Once again, Canada has used this tactic before. It almost looks like she's smiling as she's striding into the open space. We saw earlier the missed tackles stat on the screen. It was 9 missed tackles for France, 1 missed tackle for Canada. Right now the score is sitting at 19-0. It is so important in the game of rugby sevens to complete those tackles, and a missed tackle there is what let Charity Williams go for gold.
Maybe go for bronze.
Or go for gold.
Go for, oh, gold. I thought you said gold. This the bronze medal match. And Charity Williams, the birthday yesterday, and still putting a little icing on the cake today, as she has the 3rd try for Canada and a 21-0 lead, and the Canadians looking for more. This, of course, leading up to the Cup final between New Zealand and the USA. Just minutes away at Infinity Park in Glendale, Colorado.
Push
Rugby
the player.
Town, USA.
Off the ball. Number 12.
Following along, social media, the hashtag USAW7s or hashtag HSBC 7s. And the kick to touch, or the kick to some guy's head about 15 rows up.
Right. Right, take a step, please.
And a line out.
Time off, please. Substitution, White. White, please, take a step.
So Shannon Izar is going
Wait, please,
to
wait.
step off, and as she does,
Time on.
I believe Jessie Tremouliere comes in.
Happy you went five.
Cal Juvy's got to be in there somewhere. Stepping the other way and running along is Juliana Ree.
A second roll and a hold on.
So not only got the Velcro hands on the ball, but then a second move of your body rotating. And that was enough for Joy Neville to award the ball to Canada.
Sometimes under pressure at the breakdown, that second movement, well, you try to make it look like it's under momentum, but it's almost a survival tactic just to buy that extra second to get the support that you need to push the ball back. Canada has certainly done their work on their video analysis to assess what's going on at the breakdown, because this is one of the areas that France has been so strong in all tournament.
You saw the impressive points, 10:27 for Landry on the all-time list. The first to go over the 1,000-point mark is Brittany Ben. Gets spun around, doesn't mind that, works with it. Caljuvie to Buisa to Charity Williams, and Williams just a step away from another run to scoring freedom. Brittany Ben on the angle.
Off your feet, Blue.
To present. Caljuvie. Short pass to Buisa.
Stay.
Oh, nice move, and away goes Kaylee Lucan, and under the post to put it down for yet another try, the fourth for Canada today.
Kaylee Lucan, just a dagger on attack there. Good hands right through Nicholas, and Kaylee just puts her ears down, sees the backside of Chiafani, does not want to give that ball and decides to take it herself, and it was absolutely the right decision.
Brianne Nicholas on through. Under a minute to go, and Canada with that 28-0 lead and looking to take home some bronze in this bronze final of the HSBC USA Women's Sevens. On the restart, right through the hands of Chiafani.
Just touch. Went through your hands, off your leg to touch. Right ball.
Not an easy ball for Chiafani to collect. By the length of the shadows on the field, you can imagine what it's like at Infinity Park, Rugby Town, USA, for the French team playing against the sun directly in their eyes.
Up high, the take by Williams, kick to touch by Nicholas, and a victory for Canada in the bronze medal game. 28-0. Bianca Farella got it started with a couple of line breaks and big-time tries. Charity Williams added one in, and Lucan sealed the deal. 28 points and a victory for Canada over France. And we have come to the heart of the matter. The cup final between New Zealand and the United States.
All right, now it's time to get it lit here in Rugby Town, USA, Glendale, Colorado. The Women's Cup Final, the reigning, defending USA Women's Sevens champions New Zealand will take on the number 5 seed in the HSBC Women's 7 Series, hometown USA. Now these two teams have met before in a cup final in the US in 2014-15 in Atlanta. New Zealand won on that occasion, but this current USA team is something very different. I'm Carlton Arnott, and joined in co-commentary with me as former Australian superstar sevens, Tiana Penatani. It is about to go off here.
How exciting, KT. This is exactly what teams work so hard for. The big dance in front of a home crowd here for USA, and coming off the back of being recently crowned in San Francisco, New Zealand, the Rugby Sevens World Cup champions, looking good on the back of a 23-match win streak. But USA, everyone had written them off yesterday after their pool games, and they came out a completely different outfit today. How exciting. What a match we are about to be in for.
And they will ride this hometown crowd all the way. That's for sure in this final. And that's what those two teams are playing for. The Cup trophy in USA. Just walking out now. New Zealand led by Sarah Goss, their captain. The USA, their co-captains Doyle and Heverland has been huge. Niall Williams has been staunch. But what I like about this intriguing matchup, two very different styles between these two teams. New Zealand like to spread the ball. The USA like the physicalness.
Absolutely, and I feel as though we're still yet to see New Zealand kick out of second gear. They haven't really been tested, if we're being honest. But the USA, they've got the size advantage over New Zealand, and that's really a point of difference for this USA lineup.
The emotions will be flowing through these two teams, that's for sure. Be interesting to see how this USA team contend with that on home soil. A lot of smile, a lot of pointing in the crowd. New Zealand solid with arms around each other. New Zealand will have their anthem first. God defend New Zealand. Raw to see there on Ruby Toy's face, and for the America Star Spangled Banner. Pleasantries done. Tiana Penitani, I'll give you the last word before kick-off. What's one thing both teams will need in this final to get the win.
Well, we spoke about it moments ago. USA have the size advantage. If they can starve New Zealand of the ball, they know they've got the firepower to rip through that defensive line, but it's New Zealand. They've got the versatility across the park. They've got the skills like no other on this World Series. If they can get the ball in hand, swing them side to side, the gaps are bound to open up, and the footwork with the likes of Brazier through the middle, Ruby Tui even, as soon as they find those gaps, it's game on.
We'll talk about game on. Congratulations, Holly Davidson from Scotland, her first ever cup final. She will enjoy this, that's for sure. New Zealand have won 23 consecutive World Series games, as Tiana Penatani highlighted before kickoff. It's going to be the USA that get it started for us. Rugby Town USA, let's go get it. Kickoff is long by Heverlin. Pressure. And it's messy too, but New Zealand able to reset through Brazier. Noah Williams comes up and cleans out, but penalty for the USA. What a start.
Great hustle there from USA. We've seen them play a really urgent style of defense today, putting Michaela Blight under pressure. They know how dangerous she is with ball in hand, and we spoke about it just before. Starve New Zealand of the ball.
Talk about starving New Zealand on the ball. Set piece play straight off the bat. You like that?
This is perfect attacking opportunity here. 10 metres out from their line. They've got Maya wearing the number 2 jersey out on that right edge, matching up against Michaela Blight.
They've got their bigs in the line out too. Tapper is going to go in, Thomas as well, and Ember. Drive is an option if they're able to secure this ball. They hold it up high, but they go wide. Out to Doyle, now Kelter. Sees the abrasiveness in the middle, on the outside. There's Maya taken down by Blythe. Good clean out from the USA. Hot on attack, Portia Woodman, one-on-one with Ember. Affects the tackle. Pops the ball up, there's the hole for the USA, and they will get it started through Nicole Heverlin.
What an up-tempo phase of play. They had perfect field position, 10 metres out of their line, just swinging it to that right edge. Beautiful cover tackle by Michaela Blight, but Nicole Heverlin there for the offload off the ground from Cheta Ember, and she goes over for the first 5.
Maximum points taken. Nicole Heverlin, she's the one that did the nice kick on the restart to get the final started. It applied the pressure, they got the penalty from get into the corner with the line out. 1 is the call. You'd have to assume they're going to try and isolate Blythe again, are they? That's the way they go. Nice and high with 2 hands. What a take by Chris Thomas. Back-to-back possession. New Zealand under immense pressure. Ruby Tui over that ball with the take and the steal. Taken quickly by Tyler Nathan Wong, and is half a hole. Closed quickly though. Thomas and Kelter shut it. Tui with the long pass out to Goss. Now Portia Woodman on Tapper. Portia Woodman on Tapper. And Portia Woodman will go. She is an absolute phenom. Portia Woodman in jersey 11.
And how many times have we seen Portia Woodman do this to players? It's not an easy feat running around the likes of Naya Tapper, but Portia Woodman puts a little bit of footwork on, forces Naya Tapper. It's originated from the turnover there from Ruby Tui, but Portia Woodman put a little bit of footwork on Naya Tapper, just planted her feet for a split second, and that allowed Woodman to get around her outside, and she's away. Once she's on the front foot, see you later.
She's so quick. From takeoff as Portia Woodman, it's those first 3 steps where she explodes through the hole. She gets closer and closer to that all-elusive 200 mark. Not sure she'll get it this weekend, but it will come this season for sure for Portia Woodman. Tyler Nathan Wong there also, position number 3. First time I've seen her not go the 10 on kickoff, exactly what the USA want.
We're so used to seeing those pinpoint kicks there from Tyler Nathan Wong. Could be feeling a little bit of pressure, wanting to get that kick right on the 10 so they can retain possession.
Heverlin again. the playmaker, with the late switch with Doyle. Kelter. Out to Chris Thomas. There's that physical play that Tiana Penitani was speaking about with the US. They rush up on Heverland. Just resets it. New Zealand defence has to go back. Niall Williams gets the body tap, and there's the knock on. Michaela Blythe, but it was on for the US. Unfortunately, Ember couldn't take it.
Maya, she is so ruthless in attack. She breaks the line almost every single time she touches the ball. Just needed to get that ball to sit up there for Cheta Ember. Probably should have taken it to ground. Place, pick up and go.
Just send that down. Yeah.
And this is the sun the Americans are running towards right in their eyes. Starting to set here in Glendale. It's been an absolute stunner today. Heat has been absolutely perfect. It's been even hotter in the middle of this field, that's for sure. New Zealand solid with their scrum. Niall Williams on the bounce out with Michaela Blythe. Doesn't go to Hanson. Blythe picks it up. Bit of footwork on Tapper. Ball there by Williams. Great work on that in pass. Footwork again by Brazier. Now New Zealand have got numbers. Ruby 2 takes it in. Portia Woodman. You put your mortgage on it scoring this try, but it's great defence. But she goes too high. Cheta Ember. Portia Woodman showing a lot of fitness. Back-to-back scores for her.
Portia Woodman sitting at the top try scorer for this weekend in Glendale. But it's that footwork that gets those edge defenders every single time. You could hear the USA screaming to hold their shape, jockey out, show her the space, but you can't give Portia Woodman any space. Too much in the tank, and it's those repeat efforts of playing finals that you can see is really starting to shine through with this New Zealand outfit.
And talk about under pressure in finals. Superb kick from Tyler Nathan Wong out wide. She'll finish the top try scorer in Glendale. Portia Woodman, she'll take a rest, but I'm sure she'll have some more to say before this final's all said and done. Tyler Nathan Wong didn't get the last kick off right. I'm sure she'll want this to go 10 for sure. Both coaches using their substitutes. 20 seconds left in this first half. It is flown by. USA won't want New Zealand to score. And here's another opportunity from the kickoff for them.
In a final, this is just easy ball handing over to the opposition. Very uncharacteristic there for Tyler Nathan Wong. But perfect here for USA.
Half-time hooter gone. What can USA produce? Nicole Heverland on the ball. She's the spark. Does she go the late cut? Yes, she does. Pulls out, does Olsen, the debutant for the USA. Thomas with a strong run again, but gobbled up on that far side by Goss. Tapper releases. Line speed is good. Teresa Fitzpatrick on the field for New Zealand. Forces Heverland into the setup on Brazier. Connecting is Olsen early.
Calls up.
Just has the look and knockdown and a penalty New Zealand. Ruby Tui is just one of those ladies who does all this dark work.
Yeah, we call her the workhorse, her and Nia Williams, but it's the urgency there at the ruck. Nia Tapper just looking up rather than getting that 9 clearance away to the first receiver. And it's a perfect opportunity for Ruby Tui to say, yep, thank you, I'll have that.
Split-second decisions in big games makes a difference. Goss with her first carry in this final. Steadies the ship. Good counter-up, but it's released there by New Zealand. Ruby Tui. Strong, waiting for support players. Comes in the form of Fitzpatrick. Nice dive pass from Blythe. Goss, low pass for Brazier to deal with. Shakira Baker on the outside. Nothing doing for Shakira, so she looks to try and set it up. And the offload. Numbers there, 3-on-1 if New Zealand could get it there. Fitzpatrick now out to Blythe. Blythe, can she go through? Good covering defence, drops it off, but it's back. There's holes in the middle with Sarah Goss as he takes it forward. On Kristen Thomas, but she can't go. But Sarah Goss can. The composure shown by New Zealand after the hooter. Time and time again is just such a feature. And will that break this USA team's heart?
Composure is exactly what it is. It came from the turnover from Ruby Tui and the strong carry on New Zealand's right edge through Shakira Baker. But Sarah Goss, a massive gap through the midfield, opened up. Miscommunication there in the line of defence for the USA. And someone with the smarts like Sarah Goss, she'll take that opportunity time and time again.
Still a lot to go. A long way to go in this final. But how important will be that try after the hooter for half-time? Nathan Wong converts it. New Zealand in the lead. 21 points to 7 over the USA.
Thoughts? Feeling very frantic, yeah? So you get in the ball. So then you can almost slow it down. Or else how can you create more time? Get more depth. Get more depth and give clear instructions. You're working your butt off, okay? Give yourself a little bit more depth and be a threat at 1, 2 and 3. Maybe only one step, but be a threat, okay? You've got to believe it's a hard road. We spoke about it last night. It's a hard road. You might not win the kick-off. But how long are you going to make them play before they break you because you stay connected to the 5? I don't care what happens from this point forward. Apart from that, you showed me that you're committed to each other to make them work as hard as possible. And if it comes our way, we'd be smart and see what's on the table for us.
Let's go, ladies. We're not done. We're not done. Right here. This is ours. Receive this kickoff into our try. Let's go. We're not done. USA on 3. 1, 2, 3. USA!
You heard Chris Brown, the head of the USA Women's Sevens program, speak about it to his women. Slow the play down when you've got possession in attack. Get some more depth. Give yourself good attacking opportunity. We spoke about it. Keep the ball out of the hands of the likes of New Zealand. USA have had the most possession here, but every single opportunity New Zealand have had, they've capitalised on it every single time. 100% completion rate.
One lady who hasn't really been a part of this final yet is Kelter. She went on off the back half of that final. It's just confusion from the kickoff.
What was that, sorry?
8 players on the field for the USA, so it just looks like Naya Tapper's going to go to the side. Kelter's back on. Chris Brown spoke about the kickoff. They need to receive this kickoff. They don't need to force things. They can slow it down, go to the set piece. No need to rush. Nathan Wong gets us started. 7 minutes to go. Tap back. Wasn't forward by Ember, so the USA able to reset over the ball. Not released though from Goss. This is where it's such a luxury to have someone of Ellie Kelter's experience right now.
Well, that's right, she'll kick for touch and slow the game down, let them compose themselves. We know they're good from set piece, USA.
Nice high contestable kickoff. Was better back initially, so that was play on.
And Kelter with the experience, she cleaned that ball up, although Ember couldn't secure it. She was right there in the pocket.
Evelyn is going to throw this ball in. Goss challenges, but not good. Gustitis able to get that ball. Lost back though, so play on. Fitzpatrick and Brazier up quickly, but what that opens up a hole for Kelter, who's strong in her carries in that department. Counter right comes from Fitzpatrick. They go through again. Portia Woodman, or Ruby Tui, sorry, involved as well. USA very desperate to get back.
Playing advantage. 6 back.
Advantages
offside.
to the USA. Lauren Doyle.
6 back offside. Here, Tex. Here. Offside.
Some nice attacking play through the middle there as we saw Kelter almost rip through the middle of the field with a nice late switch line. But they're putting New Zealand under pressure. This is exactly what they want. Put New Zealand on the back foot, force them to make errors such as being offside, give themselves good field position here.
Good on you.
24 tourneys, 56 tries. The 27-year-old there missed the World Cup. I know she was broken. Kelter.
Options.
Options New Zealand. That's a mistake and a huge one for the USA.
Yeah. Time off. Black 10 and 2.
Not out straight at the line out. You can't have those. These are non-negotiables in a final.
Yeah, it's the 1%ers, and there's no wind here at all in Glendale, so completely unforced and unfortunate there for USA.
All-time try leaders for New Zealand. Well, Portia Woodman's out by a country mile. Backline for New Zealand. Nathan Wong to feed. Brazier, Williams and Blythe. Niall Williams now holds the ball. Strong defense is up nice and quick for the USA.
Offside. You're the tackler. You need to go back.
First part was all right there by Calta, but once a ruck, you have to get up and come around, don't you?
And it was up to her teammates to be her eyes and ears there to tell her to roll out of the ruck.
Difference in attitude here. USA kicking with touch. New Zealand wanting to keep possession. Brazier, the playmaker, uses a step with Williams. Williams out to Woodman. Now Woodman's got 2 tries already. They send the player on their outside, so they force her in the step. Good clean out by Niall Williams. Nathan Wong out to Goss. Blythe, the 2-pronged attack. Woodman and Blythe. Blythe again covered up. Goss dragged down, but a nice tackle by Heverland. Cleared beautifully by Blythe. Good pick up by Tui. Niall Williams waiting on the outside, but Ruby Tui goes through. And Niall Williams with a nice supporting line. Beautiful tackle, has to let go. Does Calta. Double movement, try.
You need to release her, okay?
No tackle release on Calta. Niall Williams, that is all about determination.
That's class. A very well-deserved try there for Niall Williams. You saw the massive clean-out she did on the other side of the field, but it's the likes of Michaela Blythe, the combinations, carrying the ball into contact, forcing 2 defenders to come in and tackle, getting the offloads away, and then they've got numbers on the outside, and it was Niall Williams who came in, perfect straight line there.
Oh, I love the attitude on this young lady, Niall Williams, after that tackle. I was going to say, ref, she didn't release me. Her first try of the weekend, but that's probably the most important one for New Zealand in the final. Niall Williams, she plays with heart.
And 1 try definitely doesn't reflect on the effort that this woman gives time and time again each tournament.
There's none much tougher than her. I can give you the drop. Niall Williams. Now the USA, they need this kickoff. They need something. Oh, just a 50-50 ball. Couldn't take it in Gustitis. Portia Woodman getting up and challenging.
Lost forward.
It was taken nicely by Gustitis. All she needed to do was just pull it from the air straight into her chest, but she didn't back herself there. It was right at her fingertips, and Naya Tapa just needed to be a little bit further back in her pocket to catch that bounce.
Just seems those little moments in the final. New Zealand just winning them at the moment.
And it comes with finals experience. They're obviously feeling a lot of pressure on their shoulders, and it's those little clinical things that should come as second nature like it does to New Zealand.
Crouch. Bind.
Hitting the nail on the head. It's my co-commentator.
Stay there. Stay. Good.
Nana Penatani. Great to have her on board. Williams with the last try. Out the back door, having some fun. New Zealand now. Brazier with the ball in hand. The late switch with Michaela Blythe. The drop-off. Williams involved again. Gets the ball away. It pops up beautifully for Goss. Ruby Tui's there. Portia Woodman's there. Ruby Tui's there. You go have it, number 11. You go eat some.
Silky ball skills to set up this try. An unselfish pass there from Ruby Tui. She probably could have backed herself, but nice little fancy flick pass in there from Niall Williams. And then there was a 3-on-2. Ruby Tui knew she just had to carry it in 2 hands. Little draw and pass, just basic park skills. And then there's Portia Woodman yet again, over for another 5.
Yeah, gets her treble in the final. Tyler Nathan Wong can't do anything wrong off the tee as well. She just keeps creeping up. There we go, that's for the whānau, the family back at home. Portia Woodman, she's an absolute prime-time player, that's for sure. How hard is it when you go, you know, she's going to be marked woman and can still score 3 tries in a final?
Well, it's all mental, really. Sometimes you come across these big players and it's a massive mental battle. If you're fully confident in yourself, you'll go 110%, but she just plays with their mental attitude.
Knock on.
And again, New Zealand just dominating kickoffs. USA coach Chris Brown highlighted it at the halftime as a point of concern, and New Zealand have just taken over in that department in the second 7. The USA just had no possession whatsoever in the second half.
Crouch.
Last play of the final.
Bind.
Here in Glendale.
Set.
New Zealand, USA.
Stay back for me, 9. Stay back.
Nathan Wong gives to Brazier. Brazier will kick it over the sideline. Job done. The Blackburn Sevens reign supreme, and they go back-to-back in the USA. At full-time, New Zealand win the cup final in Glendale, USA, 33 points to 7. Gianna Penatani, I didn't expect it to be this scoreline in the end, but how impressed were you with this New Zealand effort?
Look, they always show their class, and they seem to get better and better as the weekend progresses. We always see their best performance in these cup finals, and I was fully confident in this USA lineup, but it's the experience and the experience of playing finals that always seem to give New Zealand the upper hand against these teams. But USA, you look at how much experience they've got across the board, and a very young side. They can take full confidence walking out of this tournament to open up the World Series for 2018-19.
Yeah, a few stats just to go down there as well. And a lot more tackles made by New Zealand, but I suppose the thing for me, it's the missed tackles from the USA that really stood out.
Yeah, that's right. And we spoke about it time and time again. You need to starve New Zealand of the ball if you're really going to have a chance at this match.
And what's one thing I was impressed with this USA team. I know they didn't get the job done in this final, but what was your thoughts on their effort over this weekend?
I love the attitude coming from this USA team. Obviously having an unsuccessful day yesterday, but completely changing their attitudes. We know that quarterfinals is the hardest game to come up against. Day 2, game 1, everyone's feeling sore and sorry for themselves, but they completely turned themselves around, and to make it this far in a quarterfinal, should be very proud of themselves. And an all-round successful weekend here for the first time in Glendale. What a show that they put on for us.
Yeah, very much a changing of the guard in this USA team. Olsen, the debutant, Ravetti, the debutant, Toonen, the debutant. Hevelin was outstanding, I thought, over the course of this weekend. Kelter sort of took a seat back in terms of the on-field leadership role, but she's still a good lieutenant, so still a lot to be enthused about in this USA team going forward.
Yeah, and you can see those younger players really stepping up and taking charge. It's nice to see that they're not so heavily reliant on Kelter as they used to be. Some big names coming through, the likes of Ilona Mayer. This is only her 2nd tournament on the World Series. That's phenomenal. That kind of performance at this level, she made it look so easy, but it is definitely not. You know, I know. She really made her mark this weekend.
Oh, definitely, she must be in the conversation for the dream team over this weekend, as a lot of these other players will be, I'm sure. You're right, that's definitely a name and a force to be reckoned with going forward for the USA. Mayer. Now we're going to come down to the farewell. Sarah Goss.
Well, we got a chance, Sarah Goss, back in Atlanta to talk about a final with you, and you've been gracious enough to come over here. Congratulations once again on, I believe, now 30 straight victories for your squad.
Yeah, we're just, I suppose, really proud of the girls' efforts. We've been together for a couple of weeks now, so to be able to put out performances like that, we're pretty stoked heading into the World Series.
Certainly was nice that you could get Portia Woodman free for 3 times, and you yourself able to cruise down the middle and dot one down.
Yeah, we have some amazing players in our team, and we're just really thankful that we've got the speed on the outside and the likes of Kelly in the middle giving the speed the ball.
After this, you move on to Dubai and onward from that. And it's a year where the top 4 secure their spot in the Olympics. You're certainly making a big move toward that.
It's been an amazing start to the World Series. Every team has worked really hard in their pre-season. So women's rugby is looking in an amazing road, and I can't wait for teams to get better and better and the games to get tougher and tougher. So it was amazing here in Glendale.
You do a tremendous job, and thanks for joining us, Sarah Goss.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yes, she is the captain of the Fern, the Black Ferns, and what a job she did getting things done for her squad. Ruby Tui is about to step up with her, getting the presentation of the final from Jason Huck, the senior corporate manager of HSBC. Jason, if I can sneak in here and yap with Ruby a little bit. Nice boots, Ruby, and what a nice final you had, and way to clean things out several times. I know you're a fan of Linda Tunu, and you really do her justice by getting in there and getting after it.
Yeah, Linda Tunu's magic, but I don't know how I won this because all 12 other girls did an amazing job, and honestly, I don't know how you guys picked this because it wasn't me, it was their whole team, and this crowd that came down. Thank you for supporting women's rugby. It means so much more than you know. Appreciate it so much. So honestly, this is for my teams, not for me.
They'll get a chance to, I'm sure, take a look at it, and you can get the iPhone out and take some selfies with it and whatever. But where do you go from here? Off to Dubai and then some, huh?
No, I don't take selfies. I'm humble, but you know, we really learned from we really learned from last year. We wanted to come out strong. We live and breathe rugby. Thankful for how many blessings it gives us every single year. So we just want to do rugby proud, do women's rugby proud, and USA have done a really good job this tournament. So thanks so much, bro. Appreciate it.
Once again, Ruby, congratulations. Ruby, too. I'd shake your hand, but I got everything full here. Yeah, we'll get a pump, sure. Ruby Tui, the player of the final, a 33-7 victory for New Zealand. And send it up to Carl and Tiana.
Yeah, humble pie, Ruby Tui's your name. We have to pick someone. So Ruby takes me. Here's the World Series table after this tournament. New Zealand top with 20 points. USA with a good second place. Canada, France, Australia with 12 points. Ireland were good over the weekend. Russia, England, Spain, Fiji, China. An invitational team, Mexico, will take 1 point. Let's go see who topped the props in the player track, and it's going to be the Russian Mikhailova with her involvements. Total 57. Lucy Mulhall was outstanding for Ireland, and then the New Zealand captain Sarah Goss will round out the top three. And as we start getting ready for the presentation, that's what it's all for, the Cup Championship Trophy. USA Women's on the stage. It's going to be Jason Huck, the Senior Corporate Manager of HSBC, Ross Young, the CEO of USA Rugby, and Mike Dufferfin, the Mayor of Glendale, as we see the bronze medalist Canada. They had a good weekend, Tiana.
Yeah, they did, taking away the bronze medal. Started off a little bit rusty, but Canada, we know how skillful they are. They've got an abundance of experience through that lineup, so a successful weekend for them as well.
Yeah, they'll really want to build on this weekend, that's for sure, because the back end of last season wasn't their best effort. So I know they're in a real rebuilding stage as well, but they can hang their hat on their performances this weekend.
Yeah, and it's nice to see. We know that they were so heavily reliant on Jen Kish in the past, and I feel as though it was a little bit of an attitude adjustment towards the back end of that season, but they've come out rip-roaring for this brand new season here in Glendale.
But Ghislaine Landry, who's just about to get her medal, had a huge milestone, clocking over 1,000 points, the top try scorer in women's sevens history. There's Canada with their bronze. What a nice photo to take away from Glendale. Always heavily supported too. And the home team starting to come up, the USA. Now just tell me, how hard is it playing at home? You've done that before. The emotions that go through, traveling those, the families, the friends, it's really tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a massive mental barrier that you need to overcome because I don't know if everyone's the same, but I know that when Australia hosted Sydney Sevens for the first time, there was an abundance of pressure that was internally placed on each other's shoulders, you know, performing in front of a home crowd, wanting to do the best for your family that are watching in the stands for the first time. So you can imagine the enormity of the pressure that they put on their shoulders, and what an effort from the USA team this weekend.
The first time ever they've had the stop here in Glendale, Colorado. Kelter, former captain, getting a hug on stage. They go through, building a strong squad, are the USA, and now the gold medalists and back-to-back champions, New Zealand. Always humble in their approach, always thankful. And that lady there said it all in her interview with Bill Selwood, Ruby Tui. For you, though, going forward, Tiana, can you see anyone starting to challenge this Blackfern Sevens team?
Absolutely. You look at the form that USA are in. Canada seem to be on the rise again, back into the form after a short pre-season following the Rugby Sevens World Cup earlier this year. And France as well, they had their most successful season last year, finishing third on the ladder. So the teams are definitely catching up here.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of tired bodies amongst those lot as well. All the teams still staying along and clapping each other. Real feature of the 7 circuit, so close. You can see them having a laugh with each other, and I think it's really unique situations about this game of rugby sevens.
Yeah, absolutely. Being on the World Series, it's almost like they become your second family, your enemies on the field, but then once all is said and done, it's all a bit of fun, and you know, you're staying in the same hotels every time you travel, you're playing against the same faces all year long, so it's nice to see them all socialising and smiling once business is over.
And here's the moment they've been working hard for. The champions of the HSBC USA Women's Sevens, New Zealand. Now this is the money shot. This is the gold, silver and bronze medalists who'll go up on stage and create some memories. Geez, he's a big old cup too, isn't it, Tiana?
Not bad silverware to take home in the put in the cabinet. Need to pay extra for baggage there.
Yeah, that'll take your business class trip home. Here, Tiana Penatani. What a moment. Smile says it all. Glendale has put on a show this weekend. And in the tradition of the New Zealand team, after every win, they will perform their traditional celebratory dance, the haka. Only a short lead-in too for all these countries before Glendale. Dubai is going to be the next stop in December. The cup trophy will be put down, the medals will be taken off, respect will be given, and this is what this haka is all about. The captain will be up the front, Goss. It's called Ngā Rongo Toa. Portia Woodman will be the kaya, can see her up the front in jersey number 11. Respect earned. That's what that's all about. From all of us, we'll see you on the next stop in Dubai. Glendale has been awesome. We thank you very much for the USA Rugby, HSBC, World Rugby. It has been fantastic. We'll see you on the flip side. Good evening.